You drift, you fall, you forget. But if you return, you win. Most people think winning belongs to the strongest, or the smartest, or the ones who never fall. But the truth is simpler and far more human. Winning belongs to the ones who come back. Because drifting is human, falling is human, forgetting who you are is human. But returning, that's divine. Returning is the moment you stand up after life has broken you. It's the moment you whisper a prayer when no one is listening. It's the moment you decide, I'm not done yet. Some people return because of faith, some because of love, some because they finally see the person they were meant to be. And some, like you, like me, return because life gave us every reason to quit, but something inside refused to die. But if you want to understand the power of returning, look at Malcolm X. He drifted. He fell. He forgot who he was. Before the speeches, before the crowds, before the history books, he was a young man lost in the streets, running from himself, drowning in anger, crime, and chaos. Life wasn't guiding him. It was swallowing him. And then, prison. A cold cell, a metal bed, a number instead of a name. The kind of place where most people break forever. But Malcolm didn't break. He returned. Not to the world. Not yet. He returned to himself. In the silence of that prison, he picked up a dictionary. He copied every word by hand, page after page, night after night, until the man who once drifted began to rise. Faith rebuilt him, discipline sharpened him, purpose found him. And when he walked out of that prison, he wasn't the same man who walked in. He came back with clarity, with fire, with a mission bigger than his past. He returned, and he won. Not because life was easy, not because the world welcomed him, but because he chose to come back stronger than the version of himself that fell. But here's the part most people miss. Malcolm didn't win because he was perfect. He didn't win because he never fell. He won because he returned. And that's where you come in, because maybe you've drifted too. Maybe life pulled you away from who you were supposed to be. Maybe you fell so hard that you stopped believing you could ever rise again. Maybe you forgot your strength, your purpose, your faith. But listen, if a man can rise from a prison cell, from a life that was broken, violent, and lost, then you can rise from where you are now. You don't need a perfect past. You don't need a clean record. You don't need approval, applause, or permission. You just need one decision: to return. Return to your faith. Return to your discipline. Return to the version of yourself you abandoned. Return to the dream you buried because life got heavy. Because the moment you return, the moment you choose to come back stronger than the version of you that fell, that's the moment everything changes. Returning is the spark, consistency is the fire, and faith is the wind that keeps it alive. And maybe you're listening to this because you know what falling feels like. Because you've drifted too. Because life has knocked you down more times than you can count. I know that feeling. I've lived it. There were days I thought I was done. Days when everything I built collapsed. Days when I felt invisible, forgotten, and far from the person I wanted to be. Days when I looked at my own reflection and didn't recognize the man staring back. But somewhere in the middle of all that noise, somewhere between the fear and the silence, I felt something calling me back. Not to success, not to comfort, not to the life I thought I wanted, but back to myself. Back to faith. Back to the belief that God doesn't waste pain, He transforms it. Back to the truth that serving others, helping others rise, is the path that lifts you too. And when I returned, I didn't return as the same person who fell. I returned stronger, clearer, more grateful, more alive. Because sometimes God lets you fall, so you can rise with a strength you didn't know you had. Sometimes He lets you drift, so you can learn the way back home. Sometimes He lets you forget, so you can rediscover who you were meant to be. And when you return, truly return, you don't just win. You become someone worth winning. So return, Return to your faith. Return to your discipline. Return to the dream that still whispers your name. Because the moment you return, the moment you stand back up with intention, with clarity, with God beside you, that's the moment you win. Not someday, not when life becomes perfect, not when the world finally understands you. You win the moment you choose to come back. You drift, you fall, you forget, but if you return, you win.